Hi, everyone. My name's Jennifer Cross, and I am back again with Dr. Burke. We had started talking last week as she shared with us our research and then about how to create a really close relationship with your children. And of course, it brought up more questions for me about how you are using your Fascinating Womanhood. And by the way, Dr. Burke is also a trained and certified Fascinating Womanhood teacher, starting classes this coming week. And Taniesha to look at her 8-week course coming up. But she also offers unique perspective as her research is in parenting. And so we're going to be doing a segment now every week on how Fascinating Womanhood can help you build solid relationships with your children. But specifically today, I wanted to ask you, in what ways has you transitioning into living more of the lifestyle of Fascinating Womanhood, the principles, helped you in your relationship with your son?
Yes, thank you for having me again to talk about a topic that's really a passion for me, which is parent-child relationships. Well, Fascinating Womanhood has had the most impact with my relationship with my son, particularly understanding men. I think the topic sometimes women may think it's only for adult males, but I realized by adopting a lot of the principles in that chapter on understanding men, I have been able to have a relationship with my son that is not so confrontational as before. I think one of the challenges I had was that as a single mother, I thought that I needed to be very strict and firm with my son because the male figure is not in the home. I do have male support from the outside, such as my partner or my friends' husbands, but not having a male in the home constantly, I thought I needed to be firm and strong. And because of that, he resisted a lot. So in adopting the principles and becoming a lot softer in just who I am as a woman overall, it also affected our relationship.
Wow. So give me an example of, say, I think you had shared when we were chatting before recording about how you changed the way you ask for things.
Okay,
Or
so
ask for his help.
first of all, I changed my voice. So I think as many of us as women, we think, especially with sons, not so much with daughters, we need to be firm in our voice, that teacher disciplinarian thing. And it triggers something in young boys, the same, I think, as it triggers in men. And they automatically want to resist. So now, instead of being so firm with him, I use a soft voice in communicating with him. And instead of telling him what to do. So, Fascinating Womanhood, when you tell a man what to do, it's more of a mothering, and he doesn't appreciate that. So instead of telling him what to do, I ask him what I need him to do. So instead of, for example, telling him to empty the garbage, I now ask him to empty the garbage, and I do it in a very soft tone. And because of that, he has become extremely helpful and extremely supportive as well. So it's a simple thing of embracing our feminine side in parenting as well, and not thinking that we need to adopt masculine traits to raise our sons. We don't. We can be soft and feminine, just as how we would with our partners, and the boys will be very cooperative, and they will appreciate it too, because by being this more softer and gentler mother, not thinking I have to be a substitute father, in a sense, he's just a lot more open with me.
And I believe that's the femininity that inspires masculinity. And, as a boy, he is masculine. That is, born.
Yes.
So that's what it's, I think, igniting. But as you said before, you would do some more research on that. So I'd be interested to see, what exactly that is. I'm sure we can find an answer out there why that is.
And I think also, if we look at it, like there's something where, if you look at how boys interact with men, so if a father speaks sternly to a boy, he goes and he does it, whatever is requested immediately. There's a sense of authority there. But when we as mothers try to do it, it comes across differently we think we're doing the same, but we can't be males. We can't be like
No.
men
And
and
Dixie
exude
says
that
it.
same authority. We just can't.
No.
And it triggers something in them and they want to resist. So we need to use our femininity in a way to support our boys and get them to be more cooperative and also heal our relationships with them. Because if we don't, we have to realize that we are raising not just this human being, but we're raising somebody's husband and
Oh,
somebody's
I love
father.
yes, great point.
So we have to be
Mhm.
careful that how we interact with them,
Mhm.
because again, the first woman that they really have a relationship with is their mother, and we kind of set that foundation
Oh.
of what they can expect in relationships.
Mhm.
So if we are extremely rough with them and firm, they are going to think maybe that's what is going to happen in their own adult relationships with women. And that can have a negative effect as it relates to their expectations and what they will do in those relationships. So we have to start with them from now and realize we're raising somebody's husband, we're raising somebody's father.
Yeah, great point.
I think we have to be more deliberate in
Yeah.
how we interact with them.
Oh, great.
Is it worth me shouting at him right now?
Mm.
Because when we shout at them, it kills their masculinity, same as men. And when we shout at them, it does something as well to their self-esteem. And we want to raise these strong, confident men who are leaders. So we have to make sure that, similar to how we won't necessarily shout at our partners, fascinating women don't, right? We have to do the same with our sons. So it's our tone of voice, how we respond to them, and look at them more, implement, especially understanding men chapter based on their developmental age.
Okay, yeah. And that, I just want to say, we'll have to do more videos because I know the question's going to be like, well, what about my 5-year-old? And, you know, how old is your son?
He will be 12 in
Okay.
August. So he is now at the stage of, developing his identity and knowing who he is as a boy and so on. So the principles have been a lot easier, but I know for someone with a son who's probably 5 years old, then it would be different. So I do interact with him in a way like how I would interact with males. And the thing is, he likes when, the funny thing is too, he likes when I dress up too. I didn't realize that until I adopted Fascinating Womanhood. Like, he likes if I had my hair in a wrap, he doesn't like that. He likes to have nails done, and he likes to see me in dresses and so on. So even for young boys, that same femininity is important for them. So as Fascinating women, I want to really share that you don't, yes, it's scary, especially if you're a single mother raising a son by yourself, but you don't have to be as hard. And one of the quotes, I think, is that to be mindful of, it's better to raise strong men than to repair, better to raise strong boys than to repair broken men.
Yeah, I love that.
So if we adopt the principles of treating them as if how we would treat our partners, obviously bearing in mind their developmental age, then we can better able to have them to develop that leadership about them, that self-confidence about them, that awareness about them, and also give them a good example of what they can expect in a relationship when they become an adult as well. So if they're always in fights with us and resistance and so on, think about it. When they finally are an adult and decide to have a relationship, they're probably going, if you shout at your son all the time, they're probably going to expect that woman that they're dating is going to shout at them too.
Yep. And yeah, I was just going to say, I know what Dixie would say is the reason it doesn't work is masculinity on a woman is so off-putting. It is just, it doesn't work. We have a different kind of power and energy through femininity, and in a way works much better for us than trying to use that masculine energy. So
I guess to re-emphasize, one of the tips that I would give for mothers is ask instead of tell.
I love that.
You have a teacher voice, change it to a soft voice, and smile a lot. And I know research has shown, like, cross-culturally, boys get less affection the older they get. And that can have an impact on their self-esteem. So similar to how we would say to our husbands or partners that I appreciate when you do X, Y, and Z, that's masculine. I think it's very important to say that to our sons as well.
Accept, admire, appreciate your sons.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I don't know why it is the case. I think it's because we've been socialized to think that men need to be this really strong person, but then they go to the extreme of not giving the affection. So try to make it a point of duty, like every day, to give your sons at least 2 hugs, maybe one in the morning,
I like that. Yeah.
one in the afternoon. Give them that kind of affection. Because again, you want them to expect, you know, when they're adults to have that kind of loving relationship, but also you are supporting who they are as individuals and maintaining their masculinity as well by showing them that affection, that appreciation that you have for them as their mother. Yeah.
That's great. You know, I'm looking forward to when you write a book.
Yes, I think that's a
I'm
long
actually very serious. When in your free time, you'll get on that, right?
Yeah. I've been making notes for some time based on, you know, my research and also my interactions with my son, because I think so many times I am of the belief that whatever you focus on expands. So if you're constantly focusing on the negative things in parent-child relationship, such as corporal punishment and so on, you're going to get more and more of that. What if you change the table and start focusing on the strengths of the relationship? Perhaps by doing that, that will grow, and then the negative things will be reduced. Because if you, for example, if you make it a point of duty to be affectionate to your sons every day, say to them, I appreciate when you take the garbage out for me. You know, you are so strong and so on. Think about how helpful those sons will be. Even a 5-year-old, like, oh, thank you so much for helping me take out the dishes out of the dishwasher and stuff like that. It gives them a sense of pride. There's a masculine pride in them. And then you realize that they're not so resistant. They're not so disobedient. Because no, there's a positive reciprocity going on between you and your son. So he wants to maintain that. So he's going to do everything to maintain that. And that includes being more obedient and being more compliant. So in the end, it's a win-win for everybody. You end up building this healthy male, and then you have a wonderful relationship with him, and you will grow up to have healthy relationships with women as well.
Right, and he'll find that great daughter-in-law for you.
Yes, definitely.
So speaking of books,
ask instead of tell.
Okay.
Do your voice, you know, change your voice, and also as a challenge to the women in the group, try it for a week, every day, 2 hugs, and at least 1 appreciation for something.
I love that challenge for the week. So that means everyone comment, like, share, comment below on your results. And before we go, I did want to share something exciting, because Helen Andelin did write a book. It's all about raising children, and her daughter Dixie has revised and edited it. It is a beautiful book. It's going to be coming out soon. So this is just another great book to add to your Fascinating Womanhood library. And I know that Dr. Burke will be building on the principles that are taught in All About Raising Children. That could be a whole other class for you too. So, all right, well, thank you for your time. This was great. I really learned a lot.
I look forward to doing these tips every week with the ladies in the group. So you can, once you balance I think Fascinating Womanhood is about balancing your life, right? So you can balance the relationship with your children. Again, that can help you to be more feminine, and that just helps everybody in the family as well. So I'm here to support with providing my tips based on research and so on.
Awesome. So what we can do is maybe expect another video by Saturday next week. So we are not, if you have a topic, let me know. Right. Do you have a topic for next week? Otherwise it'll be a surprise.
Not yet, but I guess as a suggestion too, if persons have
send in
challenges with their children, they can put the topic in the comments, and then we can cover that in the next couple of weeks too.
Yes,
Yeah.
please, in comments below, if you have questions about problems you're having with your children or advice that you need, she is the expert, one of our trained and certified teachers who is an expert in the parenting. You know, what is
Yeah.
your PhD is in what?
My PhD is in family relations and human development, and I
Okay,
specifically focused on the parent-child relationship.
fabulous. All right,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you later.
Take
And
care.
bye-bye, everyone.
I thought love was only